Jaron, what's up, buddy? How you been?
I have been doing well. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm bummed I couldn't make that retreat over the weekend. I know you had
Oh,
mentioned it, and
dude,
I think I think Paul and a couple other guys went. Yeah, I
you would
like
love
that
it.
kind of stuff.
You would
Yeah,
love it.
I'm into that stuff.
It was a freaking hit, and the facilitator was phenomenal. I'm telling you, man, you would love it. I'll definitely make sure that I save a spot for you when I do the next one.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm definitely into that kind of stuff. It's been a while since I've had a hero's journey. I'll do like microdosing because it's me and myself and maybe like a plus one.
Hmm.
But yeah, when it's a guided journey, it's a whole different experience. I definitely enjoy those.
Yeah.
So on the topic of the friend groups, that got some stories going to my head because I'm so far into my transition that I forget about that. Like, oh God, I used to have all these problems. And guys that follow you and that follow me, they know kind of my origin story more or less. That in summation, I ended up getting married to a really pretty Colombian girl who, once the green card game came, she was out. Started doing the I don't know, we're just not working type thing, and then I went to the marriage counseling. Of course, she didn't join.
Hmm.
Eventually, got to the I don't feel safe around you. I don't know where we're going, and this should have been a key indicator at the time. So this girl was Colombian, she was Latin, so obviously they have large friend groups. A lot of their friends are their family members. Women don't usually go out unaccompanied unless there's male company in the groups. All those kind of cultural things. So I know at one point we lived in the same town. She was no longer cohabitating with me, and she invited me out to a nightclub with her and her girlfriends and some of her male cousins. So I'm like, all right, yeah, cool, I'll go. I had a buddy in town too, so I was like, yeah, I'll bring him out. You know, the girls are all cute and they're fun. And yeah, I hadn't seen my wife in a while at that point, probably like a week or so. So we went out, and I noticed really quickly, and I remember making a comment to her. I was like, "Hey, your best friend seems really into me. Like she was really touchy and feely." And I was like, "Hey, just want to let you know, like there's nothing going on here." Turns out, I found out way after the fact that the best friend's little brother was actually banging my wife, who she later ended up shacking up with. And I think she pulled the same scam on him now. So I always say, like, poor guy, if you're ever watching, reach out. I'll let you know what to do next because I've been down that road. Um, but thinking back, I realized, wow, every single girl in that friend group covered for her. They were all really nice to me, like, oh, Jaron, oh, it's so nice to see you, and touchy feely and flirty. And thinking back, I'm thinking, I don't know if she was trying to get me, like bait me into a situation where cheating could possibly occur, which I think that was likely an option because of plausible deniability on her part, or for her to give her a reason to say, okay, yeah, now the marriage is definitely over. Oh, and by the way, I'm dating the younger brother, but that entire night, and they invited me to many family events where it was the same large, very large Latin friend group. For almost a year, no one said a single word to me, although everyone knew what was going on. I kind of suspected it, and when I brought it up, I always got from the friend group, I got the, "Oh my God, you're insecure, you're jealous, you shouldn't be a guy like that." And eventually, one of the cousins invited me out to beers. He's like, "Hey, bro, I can't sit on this any longer. Like, she's been with this guy the entire time you guys have been married. There's actually multiple guys in the situation.
Did you guys
Turns
live
out
apart or did you live together?
we lived together at first, and then once she got the green card, she took off and went and lived with an aunt and uncle in town, saying that, there was a
Oh, and
problem
then
in our
that's when she was
marriage.
banging the other guy.
Yeah, I assume she was doing that the whole time.
Mm.
There's a point where she had gone to Miami prior to that, where I had found out later, like obviously after we're already married, found out later that she had taken some money of mine that I gave her to get us a place in Texas and took it to Miami. She went to Ultra, met up with an ex boyfriend from Colombia, and swore that nothing happened. I heard the stories like, oh, all my friends are hooking up and they're all doing drugs and they're all drunk. But me, and in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like, you're just sitting there, like you're just like, oh, I'm having a terrible time because I don't partake in such activities. Like, well, no, hindsight's always 2020, but looking back, it's like, well, no, obviously,
Yeah.
you're a part of that environment too. I've been to plenty of music festivals. Like, we're all in that mindset. But yeah, I've hearing some of these stories like, don't do long distance relationships; those never work. If you catch her pulling away, obviously you need to be the one to always end interactions with women as guys. But another one that I hadn't thought of in a while until this topic came up was, look at her friend group. Be really wary of them. Inevitably, especially if you're in like a long term relationship, you're going to end up in some sort of social environment where it's her and all of her girlfriends, whether you're picking her up from somewhere or there's a brunch and you're like, oh shit, yeah, I'll come by or whatever. And pay attention to them because I've seen it go both ways with the friends. Like, they're all kind of wild. They're party girls. They're all drinkers. They're all telling crazy stories. But when it comes to your girl, like, oh, she's an angel. Like, she's the
Hmm.
only angel in the group.
Hmm.
Or now I date girls where when I meet the friend group, like all of them are in long-term committed relationships. The girls are all in the guy's frame. So I like seeing signs like that too. Or I date more kind of
Yeah,
like,
that's a green
not
flag for sure.
Yeah, or not like I tell guys, like don't go for the girl who's awake at 3 a.m. Go for the girl who's up at 6 a.m. who's out on the jogging trail with you.
Hmm.
Those girls, like fit girls, they have friends that are usually healthier girls that are into wellness or any sort of that stuff. Like they'll get into some woo woo type philosophies, but normally you can find a better quality there. And so,
You'd
yeah,
rather
Rich,
want to deal with some woo-woo energy crystals than some bitchy Becky in her friend circle telling her that she hates you because you walked across the room to get water.
yeah, that is absolutely ridiculous. I have had that happen before though. Not that situation. I've had it where the roommates have like seen me naked before or something. I'm just like, oh God. But that's why I say always look at the reaction of the friends, especially when you're meeting the friend group for the first time. The friend's reaction towards you will tell you how the girl really feels about you, and they'll cover for each other. But you need to learn how to look through that stuff. And I suppose that's my 2 cents from my my personal origin story. I'd forgotten all about that until this topic came up, and a lot of these guys are telling the same stories that we've all experienced as men. So
Yeah.
look out for these things.
Thanks, bro. See you later.
Yep. Take care.